Um, I asked Psycho Realm, I believe 6 months ago. I asked him if he could do a video on 80s actor Patrick O'Brien, and this is an actor that disappeared without a trace, with no birth date, no birthplace. I looked him up on Rotten Tomatoes. It had no information on him. And the only information that I know about him is on IMBD, and it says he's a chiropractor in Centerville, Ohio. And I looked at all the pictures from the individuals that are chiropractors in that state, and it looks nothing like the individual. I've even I've even talked to the director that directed 976 Evil 2 in 1992, which was Patrick O'Brien's last movie to date, and his name was Jim Wynorski, sorry. And I even posted a recent picture that I thought I found of Patrick to the director, and the director said that wasn't him. And then I asked the director if he knew where Patrick O'Brien was to this day, and he says he has no idea where his whereabouts is. And so my conclusion is I'm gonna say my honest opinion what I think happened to this actor, but I'm gonna play a little bit of this video. This is actually a response to Psycho Realm, who was kind enough to do research and did the best he could to find this actor. It was just I didn't realize that Patrick O'Brien is more popular than I thought, and I've had a lot of people post on my comments that they think that's very interesting, and I've hit many people on YouTube asking them if they know anything on this actor. One had said he became a director. Another one said maybe 976 Evil was a curse, just like there was some horror movies that I won't even mention that it unfortunately, the people that did act in them, they were cursed. And I can actually tell you, since the first movie from the second movie, there's been 2 deaths each movie. There was I think Sandra Dennis was in the movie. I think she played the mom of or the aunt of Patrick O'Brien. She passed away in 1992. And then in 976 Evil 2, Renee Assah, he played Gulrick, sorry. He was like the main villain. He died in 2002. But when I was doing my research, I found out that when in Highway to Heaven, he was 30 years old. So when he did 976 Evil, he was 34 years old. And then when he did let me see. When he did 976 Evil 2, I believe he was 36 years old. And today he would be 64 years old. The actor in 976 Evil 2, Debbie James, was one of the main characters. She's 53. So I kind of figured, okay, between the age ranges, because if you've seen the first one, you would notice that he looked in the first one he looks very young. In the second one he looks a lot older. So my thing is, I think Patrick O'Brien was just an actor that looked younger, but he was older than when he looked. I know that he was in a lot of horror movies. I wrote some of the horror movies that he was in. 976 Evil, 976 Evil 2. And let's see, he was also in a movie called Pastime, Rentless, and I Saw What You Did. And I personally, I can honestly personally tell you that something happened between those years that he didn't make videos, because I noticed that he made a lot of videos between 1980 to 1992. So this is my opinion, either one, the film industry wasn't too good to Patrick, or that he was getting older and he wasn't receiving as many roles as he did, or he got cursed. Because when you think about it, you've already had 2 deaths in the first one and the second one. And I believe that even somebody brought that up in one of my comments, that maybe, just maybe, he might have been a victim of the Illuminati, or he might have been a victim of a certain group in the film industry, especially in the horror industry. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna say exactly what I think happened to him, and just something that Psycho Realm pointed out to me. And I'm gonna play a little bit of this video, and then I'm gonna share my final thought. And this will be the final video that I do on Patrick O'Brien.
Last couple of months doing just that, while working on other things because I wanted to help produce results. But unfortunately, I failed, Angel. Besides the tiny info you'll find on Google, there is little to nothing of Patrick O'Brien's life. Not even a Wikipedia page, man. I even searched the chiropractor in Ohio lead, and while there are Patrick O'Briens there, and a few even joked about how they get that contact and call a lot, none of them were the man you were looking for. I think one of the reasons that this basically is because maybe, Patrick O'Brien may not even be his real name, but his stage name. Kind of like Marilyn Monroe's real name is Norma Jean Baker. Plus, add in the fact that it's been over 30 years since this guy was last heard of. When it comes down to it, man, this is basically a tiny needle in a huge haystack. And there are like two scenarios right now. Worst case scenario, he's dead. But the best case scenario is that he enjoyed his 15 minutes of fame and went on to live a normal life.
So I can confirm that he's not a chiropractor in Centerville, Ohio. So MBD, whoever wrote that was false. That was false information. I can also tell you that even the director that directed his final film doesn't even know what happened to him. I can even confirm that the recent picture that I thought of him wasn't of him, because the youngster, who his name is Patrick O'Brien, it might be his son, might be his nephew, I don't know. But it turned out not to be him. It would have been, I think he would have probably been like at least 56 years old during that time, and that was in 2016. Right now, he would be 64 years old. So my conclusion is that he's not a director, because I found nothing on videos that he directed. 2, he's not a chiropractor. Patrick O'Brien is not his real name, and he doesn't have a birth date. And I can honestly tell you that I have wrote even his co-star in the first film, Stephen Jeffrey, and he's 56 years old. So that kind of, in my opinion, that kind of like goes with the age range where that when they did that movie, he was probably maybe around like probably 29, I believe, or probably like 28, 29, probably about 28 years old. So, it makes sense, because I noticed that, Stephen Jeffrey was like the one of the main characters, his cousin that he killed, that, got possessed by the devil. And then Debbie James was 53 in the last video, 1992. So the only thing I could sit here and say as my final thought is that something happened in that film to where I think that it kind of maybe it was a curse. Maybe he cursed himself, like and these movies I don't want to talk about because they just creep me out. But I do feel in my heart that being a Christian, that that we're in this world but not of this world. I don't know what his religion status was. I don't know if he was a Christian. But I know that playing, opening doors to portals, messing with witchcraft can open up doors. And the thing is, I've heard a lot of stories about certain horror movies, that things would happen on the set, and then, things would be missing, and just, stuff would happen. People were getting hurt. So what I do believe that this is just someone that disappeared without a trace. I personally believe that he is alive, but I think that he's somewhere, maybe in another country, or just doesn't want to be found, or he is probably dead. I don't know. I don't have an idea where he's at. The only thing I know is that if he is the only place I could think of, he's probably somewhere in Ohio. But I have done everything I can to find this actor. I have tried my hardest, and I have to admit that I failed as well. I wasn't able to find him. But I can honestly say that I'm glad that I've done these videos, because I also know that no more more people know about Patrick O'Brien now than they did before, and it just makes you wonder that there's other actors that have disappeared that will never probably be seen again. And Psycho Realm was right, and I appreciate Psycho Realm for at least trying to help me find this video or helping to find this actor. But I have to say that I failed too. I even went to the sources, and I have to admit that after 2 years, that it's just I've reached a dead point to where the conclusion is that he is just a missing person, and it's just someone that doesn't want to be found, and it's very, very hard to find this actor because I'm telling you, it's just a headache. I don't know anything about his actor. Just wanted this actor to know that that movie 976 Evil 2 helped me a lot, and it changed my life a lot in a different way. I really liked the character Spike because Spike was just a character that a lot of people can relate to. Good looking and outcast, somebody that was different, somebody that just didn't give a crap about people or what anybody thought, defended the weak. That's a good character. So I just want to say, Patrick O'Brien, wherever you're at, bro, wherever you are, hope you're just living life and you're happy. If you have a family or if you're in another country, just know that you got fans that love you. It's a shame that you didn't get any more roles, and I don't know why you're hiding, but I'm going to respect your privacy. This is the final video on Patrick O'Brien. I hope everybody's enjoyed this video on Patrick O'Brien. I'm moving on. I hope maybe someday I will find this actor, but until then, this is an unsolved mystery.